On this episode, Tony Wong shares his perspective on two pieces of emerging research that will help us on our journey towards a water-sensitive city. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Ideanthro. Coming to you again from the 2017 CRC for Water Sensitive Cities Conference. This is the third of the conferences, and my guest today is Tony Wong, which I am very excited about. I have not, despite the fact I've been in the industry for, I haven't previously had the chance to meet you and talk to you, so it's very exciting. Now, CRC, Tony, it's over halfway through now. So it's getting to the point where there's lots of stuff being published by the organisation. There's lots of stuff out there that people can go and see. The question I've got on my mind is, of the research that's come out, what is it that's come out that really interests you at the moment, but which is yet to thoroughly make its way into practice? So are there a couple of things, or one or two things that you're like, look, when that gets picked up, that's got real potential? What springs to mind?
Well, there are lots of them, and I can't help but sort of recall the opening remark I made at the conference, whereby I see ourselves and our CRC as being measured in terms of the impact we have on industry against four specific criteria. One is really a measure of the quality of our work, and perhaps the measure of that impact might be about our publications and the awards that we achieve.
Sure.
Second, which is perhaps a higher level, is about the capacity building that we foster and how we are able to build the industry up. And then there are a series of holy grails. One is about our ability to influence and facilitate policy reform. And of course, the super holy grail of all of that is how our work has been translated into works on the ground.
Yes.
Now, all four of those are emerging at the moment. But when you ask this question here, there are two things that comes immediately to mind. One is that from a research perspective, one of the holy grails is actually about economic valuation. It is about our ability to develop a means of valuing both market and non-market values. We often associate the value of the work simply from a very narrow description of even a financial valuation rather than an economic valuation, and that's a real subtle difference between that. But to then capture a whole bunch of secondary benefits and broader community benefits, what the industry call non-market value, that for me is ultimately what will underpin the multifaceted of what water-sensitive urban design can deliver. It's not just one thing. It's not about delivering an extra liter or kiloliter of water. It's not about reducing temperature by another 2 degrees. It's not about reducing stream erosion because of flooding. It's all of that. And it's how all of that actually comes together in the melting pot that is the city.
Yes.
In delivering this broad agenda of livability, prosperity, resilience, and how do you put an economic value to that? For me, it's something we're doing a lot of work on, something that we really need to think about how, together with the industry, we change the way we look at projects.
And this is important because those non-market values are the things that aren't typically, because they don't typically have a dollar value on them, they're the things that a project, it's where the market fails. It's the reason why people go, for this simple project, it's easy, we can put a price on water, so it's straightforward, we can understand that, we can calculate it. But once we start to go and price in the externalities, the bits where the market currently fails, then it should make this more holistic, this more integrated stuff stack up and hold together.
And it really is a reflection of the legacy of how we value things. This the era of economic rationalism have influenced the way we look at the world. But now we're moving into an era whereby issues of resilience, issues of an environment of limiting resources, where we need to do more for less, or we need to get more out of what we've got. And you find that it is no longer as simple as reducing every problem into single issues and looking at it from from that very narrow perspective of financial benefits.
Yep.
So that the switch to economic benefit provides a more holistic lens to how you look at this. And it is the holy grail. The way government Treasury and Finance, government look at projects and the way they fund projects and the way that they fragmentize the delivery of services are all impediments to us delivering this whole of government, whole of economic benefit valuation. But it can be done, and we're working on it, and it needs to reflect a lot more of community evaluation of the type of services that we're getting.
Yeah, I like it, and this is timely because I had the chance to chat to David Pennell on video the other day, so people who are watching can keep an eye out for that because David's fundamentally involved with that. That's good. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
There's one more thing which is the another sort of dear to my heart big challenges is about the governance framework to enable vertical integration of agencies. A lot of us talk about whole of government approach to solving some of the grand challenges in the cities. And the whole of government can often be viewed as whole of across departments within the one government.
Okay.
But then in Australian societies, there are also different levels of government. And they all have a role in delivering more resilient, more livable spaces. And that integration of state government policy, state government-owned enterprises, the water utilities and environment agencies, local government, and then community groups, and how do we integrate that on a whole of catchment basis to deliver that is another one of those really tricky governance issues that needs to come hand in hand with all the technologies and all the knowledge that the CRC are producing at the moment.
Because it's an enabler to allow the technical knowledge to actually get out there and do its thing. Okay. Yeah. Wonderful. I like it. Thank you for taking the time to share. And thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.